Oh, hey everybody, it's Chimichanga the Fox here. Welcome to another Wandering Wednesday. As you might have guessed, I'm outside because it's been snowing. I couldn't resist. Doesn't it look just amazing? Also, I have to show off my new winter coat because I'm off to Mount Hood Ski Bowl in 2 weeks' time for the first ever Cosmic Furries. It's a thing we're doing in Portland where we get to go up Mount Hood and ride in snow tubing things at nighttime with DJs and lights and everything else. And it's going to cost just $30 per person, at least if you book in advance. So if you're interested and you're in the PDX area, be sure to look it up on Fur Life on meetup.com. Anyway, I have so many questions to answer today, so I'm just going to go ahead and answer them. And it's kind of dark, so forgive me if I'm looking a little bit lost as I'm trying to read these. So, Cutie Foxy asks, what's your favorite fast food, and do you even go to fast food? Well, here's the thing, Cutie Foxy. I do like fast food, and living in Portland, there's some great food carts in PDX that I try and frequent. They're not really fast food, though, so I'm not going to include them in my answer here. And some of the other places that I used to think were pretty cool, well, I found out that their owners have ties to certain political things that I'm not happy about. So, the only one really that I am enjoying these days is Subway, and I go there fairly regularly for their veggie patties. They're really yummy. Who is that? Oh yeah, MarioFan says, am I going to Furlandia 2017? You bet. In fact, I'm going to be doing some panels and some other stuff there, as will be Queenie Deerheart, my good friend, and Taco the Fox. So you'll see all of us there, so be sure to book. And while I remember, if you book and pay before the end of this year, you'll be entered for a special prize draw, as well as get a free decal for your car. So you need to register and pay by the end of the year to get extra goodies. It's pretty simple. I like this one. The Seeker says, what's the best way of building up your character and giving them traits? How do you figure out doing that? And a follow-up question, which is, how do you make a cute character angry? Well, the answer is pretty simple. It's down to acting. And with Chimmy, if I can talk about myself in the third person here for a second, it was kind of, when I put him on for the first time, he just kind of jumped into my head. I would say don't try too hard. If you're trying to work with a pre-made suit, that's the best way of doing it. If you're working with a character that you're creating yourself from scratch, well, that's a process that takes time, and you should be patient. And allow for your character to change over time, because you change over time. I know that Chimmy of 6 months ago is definitely not me now. I've changed quite a bit. And yes, for those who did notice, I have a new tail, and yes, I do have arms now. Oh yeah, the angry bit, well, that's down to body language. You put your shoulders up, and you bring your arms out, you look angry no matter what. It takes some practice, but it's pretty easy to get used to. And the final question, which is from Lumi Wreath. Who can eat more cupcakes, you or your Sona? Well, now that's really interesting because that's a conversation that I could have with myself. If you're talking about Chimmy, well, yes, I am kind of portly. If you're talking about Queenie, who is my persona, she's a border collie, and they tend not to gorge themselves. They just eat enough to get through to their next meal, and if they haven't worked out or worked hard enough, they generally don't eat. So I guess, not Queenie. If you ask for the human Queenie, or me underneath, then I think maybe going to be a tie between me, Chimmy, and me, Queenie Human. So, gotta lose some pounds there. Which reminds me, actually, Queenie's working on something called Fit for a Queenie. It's an idea that she's thinking about doing where she vlogs and blogs about her weight loss because she needs to get a duct tape dummy made by, well, the beginning of March. And frankly, she would like to be down about 20 pounds from where she is now. And she's going to need your help and support to do that. She's going to the gym regularly. Yeah, I had to put through like 2 miles of running and 8 miles of cycling the other day. My legs have not forgiven me, and as I share the same legs with her, then it's not good. But she's going to need your support, so help her out if you can. Well, that's all I have time for today. Thanks for joining me as always, and a few extra questions. Some people have said, yeah, you should get this well-known suitor on or this well-known suitor on Chimmy Chats. And you know what? You're right. I already have 5 or 6 guests set up, including, yes, 2 Dutchies. I'm not going to say any more because I don't want to jinx it, but let's just say that I've got some good leads, and I'm working on getting them on, and I'm also working on getting Tian Long on. Seriously, I want to interview that fur. He's funny, not like me. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the snow if you're having some wherever you are. Be good to yourselves. And until next time, stay cool. Bye.